And now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play. Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And here we go. The Super Bowl of Madden Ultimate Team is underway. On the return, here's Dree Archer. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. And he hits the former Saint, Jimmy Graham. It's a pickup of 19. And the Dolphins have a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And the Dolphins are going to get a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. To throw on second down is Newton. That's caught at the 1, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. It's the fullback from 3 yards out, and the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he shifts past him. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Now a second down throw for Mariota. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw is Mariota. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell, sell, sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mariota. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. 1st and 10. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And then taking it right down Broadway. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
This one complete to Theo Riddick. And he's brought down after a good game. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Mariota now from the 50. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, and it'll be 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now Mariota dumps it off to Forsett. 13 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one, and this is caught inside the 5. He got 29 yards that time.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Second and goal is the offense. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Theo Riddick taking it in. And the Saints are back within a score. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And it's up and good. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, 83 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Mariota on first down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On second down, Mariota again. Looking left side. That's caught by Macklin. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
Third and short yardage. Mariota. And he's got his man. That's Macklin. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And they're on third and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing it to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Mariota, dancing to his left. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. And it'll be 3rd and 10. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. Catches like that from Mike Evans, just another reason he was the 7th pick in 2014.
It's almost not fair because you can see the frame. What is he, about 6'5" or so, somewhere in that neighborhood? So his catch radius is absolutely tremendous. That makes it very difficult to cover him, even if you surround him with people. But also,
now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd down, Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
In motion, the tight end Clay. On 3rd down, Mariota. Over the middle to Evans. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. First down, Mariota. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. Mariota again. That's caught at the 1. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dorial Green Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And he's got it up and through. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's brought down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing, Mariota. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy. It came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Evans comes in motion right. On 2nd down, Mariota again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. And they're going to go for it here on the 4th down try. Mariota's going to stay out there. On 4th down, they snap it to Mariota. He's going to rifle one. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to try and go deep again. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, New Orleans. Travis Benjamin, 54 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after now from Sturgis. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Newton now, and he's taken down here by the Saints. DeMarcus Ware coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
They did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get loaded in those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. Mariota now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. 3 yards remaining here on second down. Here's Newton now on second down. Penalty marker is down here. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get one step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flags.
Now McCoy, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Caught, right side, Gresham. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They'll go again to McCoy. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. In the slot on the right is Graham. Now Newton. He's got Petty, can't get a throw off. off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Well, now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And the ball is knocked out. And unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. He'll look to throw. He's got time. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. So many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So now here come the Dolphins. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. 13 yards there on the pickup, and the Dolphins have a first down. Back to throw. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands, That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Eagle, Nate Allen. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
And, Charles, when you pull out a close game, the good thing about that is maybe next time you're in a nail-biter in the fourth quarter, you have a little more confidence.
Yeah, you're talking about your memory muscles, right? When you win those close ones, you have that confident feeling that you can continue to do so every time you're in that position.
Now, that said, you would rather win by 60 points, or do you like the close ones, too?
Well, I think everyone would rather win by 60. It's comfortable. Everyone gets to play. But when you win those nail-biters, dinner tastes just a little bit better that night.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.